Thank you, veterans. What is a veteran? A veteran is someone who has served in the armed forces. Every U.S. veteran has served in one of the 5 branches of the armed forces: the Army, the Marine Corps, the Navy, the Air Force, and the Coast Guard. Each branch has a different job to do. For example, the Army mostly works on land. The Air Force works in the sky. People in the Air Force fly planes and helicopters. People in the Navy, the Marines, and the Coast Guard all spend a lot of time at sea, but they can have other jobs too. For example, some people in the Navy fly jets. The branches are separate, but they often work together. They might work as a team to rescue someone who is hurt at sea. The President of the United States is in charge of all the branches. Under the Constitution, the President is the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. On November 11th, we celebrate Veterans Day. We honor men and women who have served in the armed forces. We honor veterans because they trained hard to do their jobs. Some were medics and helped people who were hurt. Some drove tanks. And some people even worked on submarines. All of them were brave. You might know a veteran. Maybe someone in your family or in your neighborhood is a veteran. We can say thank you to veterans every day of the year, but Veterans Day is an especially great time to do it. Thank you, veterans.
What is a veteran?
And that's what we'll be talking about in our Scholastic News article. So happy Veterans Day. A veteran is someone who worked in the armed forces. Veterans are brave. What did these brave people do? Hooray for brave veterans. As you read, imagine what it would be like to do each thing. Brave veterans worked hard. Veterans had to train. They worked hard. They made their bodies strong. Some veterans had to do hundreds of push-ups. Can you imagine doing that many push-ups? I can't. Brave veterans had to work far from home. Some veterans had to go far away to do their jobs. They missed their families. This was hard. They talked to them on the phone or computer. Can you imagine working far from home? Brave veterans learned new things. Some veterans learned how to jump out of helicopters. That's a scary thing to do. But veterans are courageous. Can you imagine jumping out of a helicopter? I can't. Notice how there's an exclamation mark here and also a question mark. We've been talking about those. This sentence is an exclamation. It's said with a lot of feeling. And this sentence is asking something. Thank you, brave dogs! Exclamation mark. Dogs can be veterans too! They help people in the armed forces. Can you finish this rhyme? We thank these dogs for help they gave. We thank these dogs for being, what could the word be there? Brave! Brave and gave rhyme because they both end in ave. Some veteran dogs helped on helicopters. You may complete this back page if you like, but you do not have to. What I do want you to do is you are going to write a letter thanking our veterans. You'll want to write the date. So the date is November 11th. This is the address. that you could send your letter to when you're all done. Dear hero, thank you for... Well, in here we learned that veterans were brave. So let's thank them for being brave. Thank you for being brave. I want to say that with a lot of feeling. Thank you for being brave. What should I put at the end of my sentence? I could do an exclamation mark. Let's see, what else did we learn from our article that we should include? We learned they worked hard, they had to work far from home, and that they had to learn new things. Let's add some of those ideas into our letter. Thank you for being brave. We know you work hard every day. There we go. You maybe want to add another sentence. You might want to mention you think it's cool how they learn new things, or that you appreciate that they had to work far away from home. They made a sacrifice so you could be safe. We then are going to draw a picture. So maybe you want to draw a picture of the veterans working hard, maybe doing push-ups. Maybe you want to draw a veteran with a dog. Maybe you want to draw a veteran in a helicopter. Maybe you just want to draw an American flag, because that makes me think of our country as well. You'll want to add some nice color to your picture. Maybe I'll even add in the words, thank you, and an exclamation point, because I really mean it. And then you would sign your name, but only your first name, which means Mrs. Anderson is only going to sign her first name too. Then you could cut this out, and if your parents want to, you can send it to this address, and then they will deliver it to a veteran, and they can read your letter. How fun is that? It's important to always say thank you for all the hard work and the sacrifices our veterans have made for our country. So thank you, veterans.